Ever wondered what makes Hinduism stand apart from other religions? Hinduism is unique. Unlike Christianity or Islam, Hinduism doesn't involve a process of conversion. It doesn't discriminate. It doesn't advocate the destruction of those who believe otherwise. It's a religion of acceptance, of peace. In Hinduism, all life forms are respected and valued. It doesn't preach harm but harmony. It doesn't demand blind faith but encourages exploration. It's a religion that's open to interpretation, and that's one of the many things that make it unique. Let's delve into one of its most intriguing concepts, the cycle of birth and death, or as it's known in Hinduism, samsara. This cycle is influenced by the actions we perform, our karma. Our deeds, good or bad, shape our future existence. For instance, if one performs negative actions, they may find themselves in a less fortunate state in their next life. This isn't a punishment, but rather a consequence of one's actions. It's a chance to learn, to grow. On the flip side, if one's actions are positive and virtuous, they may find themselves in a more fortunate state. They may even attain human form, considered the highest in the cycle of birth and death, as it provides the opportunity to attain moksha, or liberation. And here's where it gets interesting. If a person truly understands the nature of reality and the divine, they can achieve moksha. This is the ultimate goal in Hinduism, the end of the cycle of birth and death, the union of the individual soul with the divine. This concept of moksha, of liberation, is unique to Hinduism. It's not about a heavenly reward or a hellish punishment. It's about transcending the limitations of physical existence, about realizing one's true nature. But to truly understand this, we need to delve deeper into the core concepts of Hinduism. Let's start with the soul. To understand the core of Hinduism, we need to delve deeper into its unique concepts. Let's start with the soul. In Hinduism, the soul is the essence of life. But what exactly is the soul? Let's delve into this profound topic. The soul, or Atman, as it is referred to in Hinduism, is the eternal spark of life, the unchanging essence that exists within all living beings. This concept is a cornerstone of Hindu philosophy, which posits that the soul is not only eternal, but also divine. The body, on the other hand, is a transient vessel, a temporary home for the soul during its journey through the cycle of birth, life, death, and rebirth. The body is composed of 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and ether. These elements, however, are perishable and subject to decay, unlike the soul. The soul, the Atman, is considered the ultimate reality, the essence of truth. It can never be destroyed or tarnished. It is like a diamond, enduring and brilliant, unaffected by the mud and mire it might find itself in. The soul is beyond physical harm, beyond the reach of death. It is in essence immortal. But there's more. The soul is not just a separate entity floating in a vacuum. It is intimately connected to the divine, to God. In Hinduism, the soul is considered a fragment of God, a part of the divine energy that permeates the universe. This concept underscores the inherent divinity of all life and the deep interconnectedness of all beings. To sum up, the soul in Hinduism is the eternal divine essence of life. It is immortal and remains unscathed, irrespective of the physical experiences it goes through in the body. The body, composed of 5 elements, serves as a temporary vessel for this divine essence, enabling it to experience life on earth. Now that we have a basic understanding of the soul, let's explore the concept of God in Hinduism. God, or Paramatma, is the ultimate reality in Hinduism. But what does that mean? The answer to that question takes us to the heart of Hinduism's unique approach to divinity. In Hinduism, the concept of God extends beyond a singular, personal entity. It encompasses everything, every place, every moment. God, or Paramatma, is the ultimate reality, the essence that permeates the universe and beyond. The earth, the sky, the universe, and everything within it is a manifestation of this ultimate reality. This is where the multitude of deities in Hinduism come into play. Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma. These are not separate gods, but different aspects, different manifestations of the same Paramatma. They represent various facets of the universe and the human experience, each with their own stories and symbolism, but they all ultimately point to the same truth. Hinduism also introduces a fascinating concept, the multiverse. This idea posits that our universe is just one among countless others, each with its own realities and truths. And in every one of these universes, the same principle applies. Paramatma, the ultimate reality, is present everywhere and in everything. But what does this mean for us? As parts of this ultimate reality, we are not separate from God. We are integral parts of the divine, each carrying a spark of the infinite within us. This forms the foundation of our understanding of the soul, which we will delve into in the next section. This concept of God may be a little challenging to grasp at first, given its expansive and inclusive nature. It's not about worshipping a God up in the sky, but about recognizing the divine in everything around and within us. It's about seeing the world not as a collection of separate entities, but as a unified whole, a manifestation of the same ultimate reality. With the soul and God defined, we now come to a key goal in Hinduism, moksha. As we move forward, we'll explore this concept of liberation and how it ties into the broader framework of Hindu philosophy. Moksha, or salvation, is the ultimate goal in Hinduism. But how does one attain moksha? This question has intrigued many seekers of truth. In the grand tapestry of Hinduism, moksha signifies the soul's liberation from the cycle of birth and death. It's an end to the soul's journey through countless lifetimes and the beginning of eternal bliss. But attaining moksha isn't as simple as following a set of rules. It's a profound understanding of God and the ultimate reality that leads the soul towards moksha. Let's delve deeper. Picture moksha as the union of the soul, or Atman, with God, also referred to as Paramatma. This union is not just a meeting of two entities, but a realization that they were never separate to begin with. It's an awakening to the fact that the soul is a part of God, immortal and eternal. The journey towards moksha begins with the understanding that the physical body is temporary, but the soul is permanent. The body is made of 5 elements and is destined to live and die on this earth. However, the soul, the essence of our being, is unending. It's the soul that carries the weight of our deeds, good or bad, from one life to another. When a person does good deeds and gains an understanding of who God is and what the ultimate reality is, they move closer to moksha. This understanding is not acquired through intellectual knowledge alone, but through a deep spiritual experience. It's the realization that everything on earth, the world, the sky are all manifestations of Paramatma. This pursuit of moksha is not just about liberation from the cycle of birth and death. It's about recognizing the divine within us and around us. It's about living in harmony with the universe and realizing our oneness with it. Achieving moksha is the final liberation, the end of the soul's journey, and the start of eternal bliss. It's the ultimate goal, the final destination, and the highest state of existence. It's the realization of the truth that we are not separate from the divine, but a part of it, forever united in an eternal dance of existence. Hinduism, with its unique concepts of soul, God, and moksha, is a religion of profound depth. Let's take a moment to revisit the key points we've explored today. Unlike many religions, Hinduism does not advocate for conversion or discrimination. It instead fosters an environment of acceptance, promoting the idea that there's a divine essence in every living being. This belief stems from the Hindu understanding of the soul, or Atman, which is considered immortal, indestructible, and a fragment of the divine itself. This takes us to the concept of God in Hinduism. Unlike monotheistic religions that perceive God as a separate entity, Hinduism sees God as an omnipresent force that permeates everything and everyone. This divine force, referred to as Paramatma, is the ultimate truth. It's in the earth, the sky, in you, and in me. Hindu deities like Shiva, Vishnu, and Brahma are all expressions of this divine essence. Which brings us to the pursuit of moksha. In Hinduism, the ultimate goal of human life isn't worldly success or heavenly pleasures, but moksha, liberation from the cycle of birth and death. It's the reuniting of the individual soul with the universal soul, signifying the realization that the divine resides within us. Now, let's remember, Hinduism also acknowledges the multiverse theory, suggesting that there are countless universes, and all of them are manifestations of God. This belief further reinforces the vastness and depth of Hindu philosophy. In conclusion, Hinduism is a complex and profound religion, with a holistic view of life and beyond. Its teachings don't merely focus on religious rituals or dogmas, but provide a comprehensive guide to understanding ourselves, the world around us, and the divine. Hinduism is not just a religion, it's a way of life that harmoniously blends the human, the divine, and the universe. And that, dear friends, is the beauty of Hinduism.